This video demonstrates transferring a fallen or collapsed patient from the floor to a trolley using the FloJac and Air Assist transfer mattress. Clinicians are reminded that a risk assessment of the patient, the handlers involved, and the environment is necessary prior to using the equipment, and ongoing dynamic risk assessment is necessary throughout the task. This video is not intended to substitute practical training. Practical training can be booked via the Learning Hub or arranged with your local safer handling facilitator. The first step is to transfer the patient onto the FloJac. Remember to apply the brakes of the FloJac trolley. Place the transfer mat on top of the trolley and between two handlers, lower the tray with the FloJac onto the floor. Lift the FloJac from the tray and position it close to the patient. Unfold the transfer mat on the floor and then fold it to its centre. Assist the patient to turn onto their side. Locate the mat as close to the patient as possible and turn the patient back onto the folded edge. If necessary, turn the patient onto their opposite side to unfold the rolled edge. And loosely secure the transfer mat straps around the patient. Now open the FloJac's protective bag and unroll the FloJac alongside the patient. Remove the bag and place it back into the trolley. Positioning the edge of the transfer mat on top of the FloJac will make the transfer onto the FloJac easier. Plug in the B-flow pump. Secure the hose to one of the press studs which are located at either corner of the transfer mat. Switch the B-flow pump on, and when the transfer mat is fully inflated, slide the patient onto the FloJac. To inflate the FloJac, check the FloJac's 4 inflation valves and if necessary, open them by turning the switches to the left. Switch on the B-flow pump and hold the end of the hose against inlet valve 1. The chamber is fully inflated when the patient's hips stop rising. Repeat the procedure for inflating the chambers in sequence from 1 to 4. As it raises the patient from the floor, other handlers are required around the FloJac to stabilise it. When all 4 chambers are fully inflated, move the trolley to the FloJac. The FloJac is not designed to be moved long distances, but it has handles around the edge and a ladder strap at each end if it needs to be manoeuvred into position. Ensure that the trolley height is aligned with the FloJac and remove the FloJac strap from around the patient's body. Reattach the B-flow pump's hose to one of the press studs located at the corner of the transfer mat. Switch the B-flow pump on, and when the transfer mat is fully inflated, slide the patient onto the trolley. Switch the B-flow pump off. When the transfer mat is deflated, remove the straps from across the patient. And if no other transfers are required, turn the patient onto their side to remove the transfer mat from beneath them. This next video sequence demonstrates the procedure for decontaminating the FloJac before it is packed away. With the transfer mat positioned on top of the FloJac, start by cleaning the upper surface. Then fold the transfer mat in half and clean the newly exposed surfaces of the transfer mat and the FloJac. Then flip the transfer mat over to clean the remaining exposed surfaces. Then open the transfer mat out and allow it to fully dry. When the mat is dry, fold it and place it on top of the clean trolley. To clean the base of the FloJac, turn it onto its side. Clean the side surfaces which are in easy reach, and then turn it back onto its base to clean the remaining side. Remember to also clean the inflation valves, straps and B-flow pump. Allow the FloJac to fully dry before deflating it by turning the inflation valve switches to the right. To repack the FloJac, fold it in half and place it onto the unfolded protective cover. Then roll the FloJac from the top end towards the inflation valves onto the bag. Wrap the side edges of the bag over the FloJac and secure them with the straps. Place the FloJac back into the tray and lift the tray back into the trolley. Remember to place the transfer mat back on top of the FloJac and to return the B-flow pump before closing the shutter.